Hey lovelies, and welcome back to the Manifestation Sisters community. My name is Leah.
My name's Tia.
Here on this channel we talk everything mindset and manifestation.
If you're new here, we help you rise and reach your truest potential by simplifying manifestation and making it a lifestyle. And in this video we're going to be talking about what does it mean when your affirmations are not working, so stay tuned.
Before we jump in, we do want to let you know we have many services where you can work with myself and Tia one-on-one. We have our Limitless Manifestor workbook, and we're also launching our monthly membership. If you want to be the first to get notified about our monthly membership, the links for everything are in the description box down below.
I'll be your light. Be your light.
So what to do when your affirmations are not working. And I think it's really important because as coaches, when we say affirmations, we just mean changing your thoughts, because you're always thinking, you're always affirming, whether that's in alignment with something that you do want to manifest or something you don't want to manifest. We're always aligning our state of being, our state of consciousness, our current reality, and selecting that reality through our thoughts, through our mind, through our imagination. If your affirmations aren't working, there's usually a reason for that. And we're going to talk about that throughout this whole video because we have experienced this ourselves. When we first started our manifestation journey, we would use affirmations to manifest our dream life, such as I'm beautiful, I'm amazing, I'm a millionaire. And once you start having them affirmations and embedding that in your self-concept, why is it not working? Why, if I'm dominantly thinking these thoughts, is my reality not changing? And this comes down to two things that we cover in our clients and two things that we're going to share with you guys, our community. It's either one, that you're not hitting your core subconscious programming. You're saying you've got a belief system, I'm not chosen, I'm not enough, but you're simply affirming I'm beautiful, I'm great. It's not reprogramming anything. It's just you're putting more good thoughts in, but you're not cancelling out the bad ones essentially, and we'll talk about that more. Or you're not persisting enough. You're not more in the having, you're not more dominantly in the being, and the thoughts, you're just having hot and cold thinking, so you're getting hot and cold reality.
So yeah, when we're not hitting our core, let's go back to the first point. So essentially, like Tia said, giving an example, you're just affirming I'm beautiful. As much as that is fantastic and we want you to feel beautiful, we want to feel good in yourself, I affirm for myself that I'm beautiful. I want to be full of self-love for myself. They're kind of self-love affirmations for me. And self-concept stuff is more so me hitting my core stuff. So if I don't feel chosen and I'm just affirming I'm beautiful, that's not really going to hit for me in a sense where I don't feel chosen. I don't feel chosen in my business or my relationships or whatever area I'm getting the reflection in where I'm not feeling chosen. Me affirming I'm beautiful isn't going to do it for me. And then also if you're just vain affirming, like maybe you've highlighted your core stuff, and we have many videos on our channel that can help you do that. We have our Limitless Manifestor workbook if you also want to explore that as well. The link is down below, as we said before. So like I said, going back to my point, you might have highlighted your core stuff, but you're just there like, I am chosen, I am chosen. I'm trying to give like a really vain repetition, like I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. But it's not, like sorry, I don't know what about already. But it's not really connecting anything for you, and it's okay if you don't believe it at first, and that's the second point we'll come on to in a second. You don't have to believe it at first, but what you want to do is you want to be able to sit with yourself and actually connect to it, in a sense. That's what I like to say. I like to connect to what I'm saying, so I like to slow it down. I like to rampage on being chosen. Like, of course I'm chosen, I'm always chosen, I choose myself because I am chosen, I love myself because I choose myself, and I'm always chosen because I'm amazing and everyone chooses me, and I'm always chosen in this and that and this, whatever it is. I'll just rampage on what it is to be chosen, or I'll script it, or whatever tools and techniques you want to do for yourself, or imagine a scene where, you know, what implies you're chosen. That's kind of what you want to do there. You want to be making sure that you're not vain affirming for your affirmations, and you're really hitting the core stuff that relates to you, how you think, feel and believe about yourself, and in relation to what it is you're trying to manifest and what opposing thoughts you're having to the thing you're trying to manifest, and hitting that there.
Vain affirmation, vain affirming is like a big thing, and we'll read a quote in a second to really home in and put in perspective what it is. But I think for me as well, I used to be in my state of just vain affirming over everything in my reality. Something pops up and I'm like, I'm okay with my reality, I'm powerful, and you're just in a state of like, oh, it's like a needy,
yes.
desperate, I'm just affirming to change this thing in my reality, rather than, like we always say, embodying the version of you that is powerful enough. And in that, there's a difference, rather than you being like, I'm powerful, and it's like, I'm powerful, I am the creator of my reality, and you coming from this embodiment. Yeah, it's not like trying to just, you know, force it. So just to put this in perspective, we do have an Neville Goddard quote, and he simply says, "You do not command things to appear by your words or loud affirmations. Such vain repetition is more often than not confirmation of the opposite. Decreeing is ever done in consciousness. That is, every man is conscious of being that which he has decreed himself to be. The dumb man without using his word is conscious of being dumb. Therefore, he is decreeing himself to being dumb." And essentially all he's saying in here is like, repetition of you just affirming is that coming from a natural assumption that you already don't have this thing. So when you are affirming outwardly, the focus there is to turn inward, create the changes that you're wanting to experience through just affirming inwardly, embodying that state, becoming that person. And this might be a huge thing for you of why your affirmations are not working, because you're not essentially embodying the words, you're not essentially doing them intentionally to shift who you are being in that moment. And that will essentially reprogram your belief system, because the more, like we said, the repetition of you thinking these thoughts consciously, not doing them subconsciously and just trying to affirm over your reality, you will start to become that person. And that links on to the point of the dumb man without using his word is conscious of being dumb, because you're not conscious of who you are being in the moment, you're just trying to affirm over it rather than bringing it back to yourself. Are you being a conscious embodiment of those affirmations? Are you just trying to affirm over your reality?
Yeah, because you're making it a chore for yourself in a sense, aren't you? Like, you've got your affirmations there and you're just like, okay, I've heard someone say these affirmations, so I'm going to use them. And as much as we give examples of affirmations that you can use, it's really important that you word your affirmations that feel natural and normal in the way that you would speak. Or you assess your core stuff and then you know that you can write the opposite of that, and they're your affirmations that you need to work on, and say them and connect to them that feel natural and normal for yourself. So that's kind of the first way then. And the second way is you've assessed your core stuff, you've really got clear on what it is that your limitations are in opposing to how you think, feel and believe about yourself, and what it is you're trying to manifest. You've highlighted, for example, this go of relationships, you've highlighted the fact that you're not feeling chosen, you're not feeling a priority, you don't feel important, you fear abandonment, you have a hard time trusting, you don't believe relationships work out for you, you don't think you're going to get the relationship you want. That's just an example of your self-love and relationships there. So now you've identified that core stuff, and obviously at first you might not believe it, which is very natural and normal, because if you have a belief system that says, I don't win in love, essentially, I don't get the relationship I want, people I love leave me, love never works out for me, you're gonna really start to think that's a normal way of for you, because that's always been your reality, that's always been your experience. You've manifested experiences that essentially reinforce that outdated belief system, so that's only going to reflect you in your reality, the lack of you feeling chosen, loved, wanted, prioritised, whatever it is. And now you're affirming that, you know, for example, you're feeling chosen, or the ones you love stay in your life, that you trust yourself, so therefore you can trust others' relationships work out. And it's like, that doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like me, but it's not going to, because it's not normally your normal way of thinking. Like, you've got evidence to support the lack of being that person. So now with your affirmations, your core stuff, the more you keep persisting in it and really connecting with the affirmations and doing any tools and techniques that help you live in the end of you being that version, of you having wonderful, blissful relationships, of you being secure and confident in love, of you knowing the relationships work out for you, and then also knowing as your core that, of course, if you're manifesting SP or new love, that of course a person would want to be in your life, because you know this thing about yourself. So it's very natural not to believe them at first.
Yeah, and I think leading on from that, all you're doing when you're persisting is saturating your inner world, your mind, your imagination with the being of you being that person already. So when you do this, and that's why the persistent in them new thoughts, them beliefs, them feelings, them assumptions is so important, because the more you do it, you'll start to familiarise yourself with it. You'll feel like you're lying to yourself at first, but it's exactly the same as anything that you've ever practiced in your life. When you start a new hobby, when you start an activity, when you start going to the gym, first time you go to the gym, it's a bit like, am I lying to myself? Am I even able to do this? You start showing up to the gym more consistently. Likewise, if you start familiarizing yourself with these new thought patterns, the more you do that, the more you show up to the gym, the more you think these thoughts, that will start to build the muscles. That will start to embody and tailor change. And you're doing the exact same thing with your mind. The more you show up for yourself, the more you familiarize yourself with this new version of yourself, the more you persist, that must become your reality, because you're familiarizing yourself with a whole new being. You're familiarizing yourself with a whole new thinking pattern, whole new program. You're basically reprogramming your whole core identity. So in turn, that must create a new way of being. That must create a new way of thinking, feeling, believing, perceiving, behaving.
A new identity.
That's what you sing.
a complete new identity, and that's what we're going for here, because there's a different version of you that has what they want to doesn't have what they want. There's a different version of you that feels completely confident and secure than to doesn't feel secure. So that's what we're doing when we're saying, like, you might not believe it at first, and that's perfectly fine. But as you keep persisting in it, it will become a normalised way for you, because essentially you've outdated programming. So what we're doing, and we always do the computer analogy, you've got an outdated hard drive. When you're doing your affirmations and connecting with the affirmations, you might not believe it at first, but you're really updating that outdated data and you're putting in that new hard drive. And then that's going to become more familiar and more natural and normal for you to also adopt behaviours, perceptions and assumptions around that new belief system that support the version of you that can sustain having what they want.
So yeah guys, this is just a quick reminder of, like, if your affirmations aren't working at this moment, have the conscious awareness of where you are. Are you in the mode of you've pinpointed everything, you just need to persist? Or are you in the mode of you're doing the vain repetition and you're doing things in your reality that are making you try force a 3D, rather than commanding your consciousness, commanding your power, and using the power internally as you sit back in your conscious seat as the creator of your reality. So yeah, we really hope this video helped you. As we said before, and as you know by now, if you want to work with myself and Leah, we are mindset and manifestation coaches. You can work with us one-to-one. Links for that in the description box below. We have our brand new Limitless Manifestor workbook, which literally walks through everything that we spoke about in this video. And we also have our brand new exclusive Limitless Manifestor membership, the UK's first online mindset and manifestation platform, which we have been building for a while now. So if you did want that reinforcement and you did want that one-to-one coaching through the membership, link for the waitlist is in the description box below. Really hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.